Carl Jung, one of the most influential psychologists of the 20th century, believed that true self-discovery comes from confronting the unconscious mind. Hidden within the depths of our psyche are suppressed emotions, forgotten experiences, and powerful archetypes that shape our thoughts and behaviors. By facing the unconscious, we can uncover our authentic selves, heal past wounds, and transform our lives. In this video, we'll explore Jung's insights and how you can use them to embark on a journey of self-realization. Carl Jung described the shadow as the hidden and often darker side of our personality. It consists of everything we suppress, deny, or refuse to acknowledge about ourselves, often because of societal expectations, upbringing, or personal fears. The shadow is not necessarily evil, but it contains aspects of ourselves that we reject because they do not fit with our ideal self-image. These could be emotions like anger, jealousy, or selfishness, as well as talents, desires, or instincts that we have repressed over time. The more we ignore or suppress the shadow, the more it influences us from the depths of our unconscious, often leading to self-sabotage, emotional outbursts, or projections onto others. Jung believed that the shadow manifests in everyday life, especially through projection. When we find ourselves judging others harshly, it often reflects something within us that we have not yet accepted. For example, if someone is deeply irritated by arrogance in another person, it may indicate that they have suppressed their own arrogance or their desire to be confident and assertive. By recognizing these projections, we can start the process of integrating the shadow instead of being controlled by it. Facing the shadow is a challenging yet transformative process. One effective method is self-reflection and inner observation. This requires being honest with oneself and recognizing emotional triggers. When something provokes a strong reaction, instead of dismissing it or blaming others, one can ask, "Why does this bother me? What does this reaction say about me?" Over time, these questions help reveal hidden aspects of the psyche. Another way to explore the shadow is through journaling. Writing about fears, dislikes, and irrational emotional responses without judgment allows the unconscious to surface. Shadow work journals often involve prompts such as, "What qualities in others do I dislike the most? When have I felt ashamed of myself? What aspects of myself do I try to hide from others?" By answering these questions, one begins to see patterns in their behavior and thoughts that point to suppressed aspects of the self. Dreams are also a powerful way the shadow communicates. Jung believed that figures in dreams often represent parts of ourselves. If one frequently dreams of an antagonist, enemy, or shadowy figure, it may symbolize the suppressed parts of their personality. Instead of fearing or dismissing these dreams, one can engage with them by analyzing their symbolism and asking what message they hold. Integrating the shadow does not mean indulging in negative traits, but rather accepting and understanding them. When acknowledged, these hidden aspects lose their power over us. Accepting one's anger, for example, allows a person to channel it into healthy assertiveness rather than destructive behavior. Recognizing suppressed desires can lead to personal growth instead of feelings of frustration and resentment. Through this process, a person becomes more whole, authentic, and in control of their actions and emotions. The unconscious mind constantly communicates with us, but we often fail to recognize its messages. One of the primary ways it speaks is through dreams and symbols. Jung believed that dreams are not just random images or meaningless stories, but profound messages from the unconscious that provide insight into our emotions, fears, and hidden desires. By learning to interpret these symbols, we can uncover deep truths about ourselves. Dreams often contain symbols that carry universal meanings, a concept Jung referred to as the collective unconscious. For example, water in dreams often represents emotions or the depths of the unconscious itself. A house might symbolize the self, with different rooms representing different aspects of the psyche. Animals can reflect instinctual drives or repressed emotions. However, Jung emphasized that while certain symbols have common meanings, their significance is also deeply personal. A snake might symbolize transformation for one person, but fear or danger for another, depending on their personal experiences. One way to begin understanding dreams is to keep a dream journal. Writing down dreams immediately upon waking helps capture details that might otherwise be forgotten. Over time, patterns emerge, revealing recurring themes or symbols that carry important messages. When analyzing a dream, it is helpful to ask, what emotions did I feel? What stood out the most? How does this relate to my waking life? Often dreams highlight unresolved conflicts or inner struggles that we are not consciously aware of. Jung also observed that symbols do not only appear in dreams, but in everyday life through synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that seem to have no logical explanation. These moments, where external events mirror inner experiences, can be viewed as messages from the unconscious. For example, repeatedly encountering a certain animal, phrase, or number may signal something significant that the unconscious is trying to bring to attention. By paying attention to these synchronicities, one can develop a deeper awareness of their inner world. Engaging with dream symbols and synchronicities requires an open mind and a willingness to explore the unknown. Instead of dismissing dreams as nonsensical or ignoring strange coincidences, one can approach them with curiosity. The unconscious mind is always speaking, and when we learn to listen, we gain access to wisdom that can guide us toward greater self-awareness and transformation. Carl Jung introduced the concept of archetypes as universal patterns and symbols embedded within the collective unconscious. These archetypes shape human behavior, influence our thoughts, and manifest in myths, stories, and cultural traditions across time and space. They are not learned, but rather inherited structures of the psyche that exist in all individuals, regardless of culture or background. Jung believed that by recognizing these archetypes within ourselves, we could better understand our motivations, struggles, and personal growth. One of the most well-known archetypes is the hero. The hero represents the part of us that strives for greatness, overcomes obstacles, and seeks transformation through struggle. This archetype appears in myths and legends around the world, such as Hercules in Greek mythology, King Arthur in medieval lore, and modern-day superheroes in popular culture. The hero's journey is a reflection of our own inner battles, facing fears, enduring hardship, and ultimately emerging stronger. By identifying with the hero, a person can recognize their own strength and resilience in overcoming life's challenges. Another crucial archetype is the wise old man or the sage, representing wisdom, guidance, and inner knowledge. This figure often appears in dreams, stories, and even in real life as mentors, teachers, or spiritual guides. The wise old man embodies the deeper understanding that comes with experience and introspection, offering insight to those seeking meaning. Engaging with this archetype helps individuals trust their intuition and seek wisdom from within, rather than relying solely on external influences. The anima and animus are archetypes that represent the feminine and masculine aspects within each person. Jung believed that every man has an inner feminine side, anima, and every woman has an inner masculine side, animus. These aspects influence relationships, creativity, and emotional depth. A man who integrates his anima develops emotional intelligence, compassion, and intuition, while a woman who integrates her animus strengthens her confidence, assertiveness, and independence. The key to self-discovery lies in balancing these inner aspects rather than suppressing them. The shadow is also considered an archetype, representing the hidden, repressed aspects of ourselves. Unlike other archetypes, the shadow is unique to each person, containing personal fears, desires, and traits that have been pushed into the unconscious. While the shadow is often seen as negative, it also holds immense creative energy and potential for growth. By acknowledging and integrating the shadow, one can achieve wholeness rather than being controlled by repressed emotions. The self is the most complete and transcendent archetype, symbolizing the integration of all aspects of the psyche. It represents the highest state of individuation, the process of becoming a fully realized and whole individual. The self is often depicted in spiritual symbols such as the mandala, a circular design found in many religious traditions, representing unity and completeness. Achieving a connection with the self involves embracing both the conscious and unconscious mind, understanding one's true nature, and living authentically. Archetypes influence human behavior on a deep level, shaping our dreams, relationships, and even the roles we play in society. By recognizing which archetypes dominate our personalities and understanding their influence, we can gain insight into our inner struggles and strengths. The journey of self-discovery requires engaging with these archetypes, learning from them, and ultimately integrating them into a balanced and harmonious sense of self. Jung believed that the ultimate goal of psychological development is individuation, the process of becoming a whole and authentic individual. Unlike simply adapting to societal expectations, individuation is about integrating all aspects of the psyche, including the conscious mind, the unconscious, the shadow, and the various archetypes that influence behavior. This process leads to a deeper understanding of oneself and a more fulfilling existence. Individuation begins with self-awareness. Many people live according to external influences, cultural norms, family expectations, and social conditioning, without fully understanding their true nature. Individuation requires peeling away these layers to discover one's authentic self. This is often a difficult process, as it involves questioning long-held beliefs, confronting inner conflicts, and embracing aspects of oneself that have been ignored or denied. A key part of individuation is integrating the shadow. By acknowledging and accepting the darker aspects of oneself rather than suppressing them, a person can achieve greater emotional balance. This does not mean indulging in negative traits, but rather understanding them and using them constructively. For example, someone who has suppressed their anger might learn to express it in healthy ways rather than allowing it to build up and explode uncontrollably. Dreams play an essential role in individuation, as they provide insight into the unconscious mind. Jung believed that dreams often contain symbolic messages about parts of ourselves that need attention. By analyzing dreams and reflecting on their meaning, individuals can uncover hidden truths about their personal growth. Recurring dreams, in particular, may indicate unresolved issues that need to be addressed in order to move forward. Creativity is another crucial aspect of individuation. Jung encouraged creative expression as a way to connect with the unconscious and bring deeper understanding into consciousness. Whether through painting, writing, music, or other forms of artistic expression, creativity allows individuals to externalize their inner world and engage with their deeper selves. Many people discover profound insights about their emotions and thoughts through creative practices. Relationships also play a significant role in individuation. Often, people are drawn to others who reflect unacknowledged aspects of themselves. This is why romantic relationships, friendships, and even conflicts with others can serve as mirrors for self-discovery. By examining the qualities one admires or dislikes in others, a person can gain insight into their own unconscious traits. The process of individuation involves learning from these relationships, embracing growth, and fostering deeper connections based on authenticity. Spirituality and self-reflection are integral to individuation as well. Many individuals find meaning through meditation, contemplation, or engagement with philosophical and spiritual teachings. Jung saw spirituality as a natural part of the psyche, a way to connect with the deeper self. This does not necessarily mean following a religious path, but rather developing a personal connection with the inner world and seeking a sense of purpose beyond material existence. Individuation is not a one-time event, but a lifelong journey. It requires continuous self-exploration, adaptation, and integration of new experiences. There are periods of crisis and transformation, as old ways of thinking are challenged and new understandings emerge. Each stage of life brings new opportunities for growth, requiring a person to redefine themselves in accordance with their evolving inner truth. The reward of individuation is a profound sense of wholeness and authenticity. When a person fully integrates their conscious and unconscious mind, they no longer feel divided or controlled by external influences. They become more in tune with their true desires, strengths, and purpose. They experience a deep sense of inner peace and resilience, able to navigate life's challenges with clarity and confidence. By embarking on the path of individuation, one steps into the fullness of their being, embracing the complexities of human nature and uncovering the deeper meaning of their existence. Through self-awareness, integration, and continuous growth, individuals can achieve a state of harmony within themselves and live in alignment with their highest potential. Carl Jung developed a powerful method called active imagination to help individuals engage with their unconscious mind in a direct and transformative way. Unlike passive reflection or simple dream analysis, active imagination is a deliberate practice of interacting with the symbols, figures, and messages that emerge from the depths of the psyche. By consciously engaging with these elements, one can unlock profound insights, integrate repressed aspects of the self, and achieve greater self-awareness. This technique bridges the gap between the conscious and unconscious, allowing for a dialogue between different parts of the psyche. Active imagination often begins with a spontaneous image, thought, or emotion that arises in the mind. This could come from a recent dream, a recurring fantasy, or even an unexplained feeling that lingers without a clear cause. Rather than dismissing these inner experiences, the individual allows the image or thought to unfold naturally, treating it as if it were part of a vivid, living experience. The key is to observe without judgment, letting the unconscious express itself freely. This process requires a balance between surrender and control. One must allow the unconscious to reveal its messages while maintaining enough awareness to engage with the experience meaningfully. One effective way to practice active imagination is through visualization. The individual begins by focusing on a specific image or symbol that has appeared in a dream or meditation. For example, if a person frequently dreams of a mysterious figure, they can close their eyes, visualize the figure, and mentally ask it questions. The goal is not to force an answer, but to allow the figure to respond in its own way. This imagined dialogue can reveal hidden emotions, unresolved conflicts, or forgotten memories that the conscious mind has overlooked. Many people find that these inner figures take on a life of their own, offering guidance, warnings, or insights that feel deeply personal and meaningful. Journaling is another powerful tool for engaging in active imagination. Instead of simply writing thoughts or emotions in a structured way, the individual allows the unconscious to flow onto the page. This could take the form of an inner dialogue, where one writes from the perspective of different parts of the psyche. For example, a person struggling with self-doubt might write a conversation between their confident, ambitious side and their fearful, hesitant side. By allowing both voices to speak, they can better understand the internal conflict and work toward resolution. Some people find that writing in this way leads to surprising revelations, as if an unseen wisdom within them is speaking through the pen. Artistic expression can also serve as a form of active imagination. Jung himself encouraged painting, drawing, and sculpting as a means of bringing unconscious material into the conscious world. Many of his own explorations of the psyche took visual form, as seen in his famous Red Book, filled with elaborate paintings and symbolic imagery. When a person allows their hand to move freely, without overthinking or planning, they often create images that reflect deeper psychological truths. The shapes, colors, and forms that emerge can serve as clues to unresolved emotions or aspects of the self that need attention. Even abstract art, when created spontaneously, can reveal the unconscious in ways that words cannot. Another technique involves movement and embodiment. Some individuals find that physical expression, such as dance or spontaneous movement, allows them to connect with their unconscious mind. This is particularly useful for those who struggle to access their inner world through words or images alone. By allowing the body to move intuitively, without conscious direction, a person can release trapped emotions and gain insight into their psychological state. This practice is similar to certain forms of expressive therapy, where movement becomes a language of its own. Engaging with the unconscious through active imagination can be an intense and sometimes unsettling experience. The unconscious does not always present comforting or easy-to-understand messages. Instead, it may bring up fears, suppressed memories, or unresolved conflicts that require deep reflection and emotional processing. However, by facing these elements with courage and openness, an individual can achieve profound psychological growth. The process of active imagination is not about controlling the unconscious, but about listening to it, respecting its wisdom, and integrating its messages into daily life. The benefits of active imagination extend beyond personal insight. Many people find that this practice enhances their creativity, strengthens their intuition, and deepens their spiritual awareness. By developing a relationship with the unconscious, individuals gain access to a vast reservoir of inner knowledge that can guide them in making decisions, solving problems, and understanding their purpose in life. The unconscious is not an enemy to be feared, but a powerful ally that, when engaged with consciously, leads to transformation and self-discovery. Practicing active imagination regularly can lead to a more authentic and integrated sense of self. Over time, an individual may notice that they feel more in tune with their emotions, less controlled by unconscious fears, and more capable of expressing their true thoughts and desires. They may experience fewer inner conflicts, as different parts of their psyche become harmonized through conscious dialogue. This sense of inner unity brings a deeper peace and self-assurance, allowing a person to navigate life with greater clarity and confidence. Incorporating active imagination into daily life requires commitment and patience. Some people set aside dedicated time each day to engage with their inner world, while others allow it to emerge spontaneously when needed. The key is to approach the process with openness and curiosity, trusting that the unconscious has valuable insights to offer. By making space for this inner dialogue, individuals unlock a richer, more meaningful relationship with themselves and the hidden depths of their psyche. The journey of self-discovery is ongoing, and active imagination serves as a powerful tool for those willing to explore the unknown territories of their mind. Whether through visualization, writing, art, movement, or meditation, engaging with the unconscious allows for profound personal growth and a deeper understanding of the true self. By developing this practice, individuals open the door to a lifetime of inner exploration, self-awareness, and transformation.